All people who say that they don't believe in Jesus Christ or they just reject him, all of them have one thing in common that I also used to have in the past, which is that they have made their mind a false god. Because to reject Jesus without, let's say, even reading the Bible, without even trying to understand the basics of his teachings, is to make your mind a god. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, pretty much the ego and the mind, our rational thinking and our IQ, I guess, all falls on this, that you, a finite creature that is bound to the existence of and laws of this earth, you think yourself that you are so smart or so up there that you can deny the existence of God. Like you yourself, this small little person thinking like that. And I was like that in the past before I converted to Christianity, because I think this comes mostly from pride. So when we're learning about, let's say, philosophy, psychology, history, and science itself, we're pretty much thinking that all of us have the answers. Like, yes, in the science field, you might say, oh, we don't know this, we don't know that. But we can only trust and believe in, let's say, in something that we have empirical evidence for, or just evidence in general, scientific evidence. But there's still no answers from science of how the world was created. Like, yeah, the Big Bang theory, it's a theory, but it's not a scientific evidence to show the creation of the universe. We still don't know many things, like what happens after death from a scientific perspective. Yeah, your body rots away, and they say that, oh, the consciousness goes away, and that's it, that's the end. But if you start learning about Jesus, if you start embracing God and humbling yourself in front of God, I think that's the key thing, to humble yourself, because the belief in God is to humble yourself to the level of that there is somebody else there with higher knowledge, with secret knowledge, that your finite creature being cannot comprehend. That is the first step towards actually achieving truth in life. So when I was like that, I was full of ego, full of pride. And if you guys know that, hopefully I'm getting this right, because I'm still learning as I go, but the main sin of Lucifer, the devil, of Satan, was pride. He thought that since he was the perfect angel that God created, that he was more than he was. And he thought that he was like God. And of course, many things happened to the end of him becoming a fallen angel and falling on the face of the earth, and now being corrupted from his ego, from his pride. And you cannot compare yourself to God, because that is making yourself like God. So we have become really prideful, really prideful. Even when we don't say we don't have the answers from a scientific perspective, we still 100% try to answer it, try to answer from our own knowledge, from our own understanding. But I was reading, I think it was 1 Corinthians, and I'm sorry guys if I get it wrong, but I'm not gonna give you the exact quote, or maybe I will put somewhere here when I'm editing. But Paul was talking about this secret knowledge. Like, we have people like the knowledge of the earth, like philosophers, renowned philosophers, psychologists that think that they know about the earth and how it works. But the earth can never comprehend the earth knowledge, can never be compared to God's knowledge. And I think that's the main thing we're all missing. And that was what I was missing, because I was always putting everything to my own understanding. When in fact, if you trust God, if you trust Jesus Christ, if you ask him, he's gonna give you knowledge that is not, let's say, how earth people would now say, like rational or scientific or evidence-based. Jesus Christ, when you pray to him, like the prayer itself, or going to church and receiving Holy Communion, is something that you can never explain to a non-believer if he's not willing to open his heart to it. You can never explain that. You can try, and you should of course try, but they can never comprehend this stuff if they're not actually trying to open their heart and letting go of that ego and humbling themselves to actually receive God, because that's how God came into my life. When I was at very low point of my life, I got on my knees and I humbled myself. And I was a disbeliever, atheist all my life. And about 4 or 5 months ago, when I was in a dark place, I humbled myself. I got on my knees and I just said Jesus Christ's name. I just said it because I was in desperation. And then this warmth filled me and my eyes were closed, but I saw Jesus. And he didn't speak, like his mouth wasn't moving, but I heard the message to go and love. That was the message. And I think that is the calling to my life, because when I was in my self-improvement philosophy stage, it's always about you. How to fix your productivity, how to get money, how to do that. It's all about you, right? And of course, with God, a relationship with him is also important. But think about Jesus' love. How was Jesus smiling and laughing and being happy when he was being crucified for all of us? No, it was very painful, but it was out of love. God humbled himself to come down to earth and die for us so that we can be free. To give that hope that if we repent, we can receive salvation in him. And I think that is what is missing. Is because if you're always in the scientific state of mind, if you're always in this rational mind, you can never understand this deeper thing about love for actual people, for the world. Like, you can always be just focused on yourself and think that you are God, and life is based on your decisions, whatever you do, and however much you can think about something. No, it's not like that at all. So guys, I pray that if you are feeling yourself being lukewarm or just you're unbeliever on this channel, just what I say to people is to try to humble yourself for once in your life. It takes 5 minutes. Try to open your heart and admit in your mind that, okay, God, Jesus Christ, if you are real, if there is something I don't know and you are the truth, please reveal yourself to me. And he will answer, guys. I promise he will answer if you have an open heart. If you are humbling yourself, he will answer, like he did me, because I didn't deserve anything. But he still, in his perfect love, came for me and saved me. And now my life is completely different, and is focused only on Jesus. Of course, I'm sinning, as all of us, but that is just our nature, and we need to try to, of course, not do that and repent. But in the past, I would always think, oh yeah, I'm a good person, yeah. This pride will kill us, guys. Trust Jesus and stop trusting your own understanding only. God bless.